I know everyone is anxious for answers and ideas and hope. So let me start with some quick updates, and then I'll take as many of your questions as I can. We have votes starting at 6:30, but I won't run over there until the last possible minute to get as many questions as possible. As Dirk said, to ask a question, get in line, just press *3. By the way, I got more calls last month into our office than in any other month since I've had this job. And the vast majority were people upset, angry, worried about what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing. Now I want to say first and foremost that I am with you. My whole team is with you. We're all spending every waking moment trying to figure out how to fight back against their abuses of power. That fight is not hopeless. I confess sometimes we feel powerless in the moment, but we do have power. And we're going to talk about a lot of the stuff tonight about what's going on, legislation and much more. So first, the courts. There are more than 100 lawsuits in place right now that we are not directly part of because as a member of Congress, I don't have standing in the courts. But we're supporting, doing amicus briefs, working closely with the outside groups. And we've had some wins, some real wins. The courts have offset a number of the illegal actions. They've stopped the mass firings of probationary workers. They put a halt on the funding freeze. A number of different courts have put a halt on the attacks on birthright citizenship. The courts have said that DOJ cannot have access to your personal data at the Treasury Department. And there's a lot of stops by courts on attempts to strip rights from transgender Americans and much more. Last I saw that were about 25 wins out of those 100 suits already, and many of them are still pending. I also want to answer the first question many have asked today, which is whether I'm going to attend the Trump State of the Union address tomorrow night. The answer is no, I will not. The State of the Union is an address to a joint session of Congress. It's a hallowed tradition, but Congress is a body for which Trump has only shown contempt. Is almost as if Congress doesn't exist. We're in a co-equal branch of government that writes laws, appropriates money, authorizes money, and Trump is disregarding or breaking many of those laws right now. These past few weeks, thousands of my constituents, our neighbors, have seen their livelihoods destroyed, often illegally, by Trump and by Musk, based on these made-up accusations of waste and fraud. People released for quote-unquote poor performance when none of that existed, none of it has been documented, things that just are not true. Just look at the Washington Post every day about all these savings that Trump and Musk say they're making, and it turns out that they're completely fabricated or happened years and years ago. These are these people who've been laid off or fired or can't sleep at night for fear of that, who devoted their lives to curing diseases, to keeping us safe from natural disasters and air traffic accidents, to feeding the hungry and housing the homeless, to keep people alive, fighting illness all over the world. And most importantly, they're our neighbors, and they do not deserve this. I respect the presidency, I love American democracy and the tradition of the joint address, but Trump does not. What he's doing is unacceptable. I'm not going to listen to that garbage and be disappointed every time my Republican friends stand up and cheer every 45 seconds. Look, instead, I'm going to spend the week talking to you and hearing from you.